Don't spend time beating on a wall, hoping to transform it into a door. Coco Chanel. The secret of making something work in your lives is, first of all, the deep desire to make it work, then the faith and belief that it can work, then to hold that clear, definite vision in your consciousness and see it working out step by step, without one thought of doubt or disbelief. Eileen Caddy. One of the greatest of all principles is that men can do what they think they can do. Norman Vincent. I knew I was going to be a comedian when I was about 6. You get what you believe you'll get, and you have to really want it, and you'll get it. Billy Connolly. Believe that life is worth living, and your belief will help create the fact. William James. Believe you can, and you can. Belief is one of the most powerful of all problem dissolvers. When you believe that a difficulty can be overcome, you are more than halfway to victory over it already. Norman Vincent. Always be yourself. Always be a first-rate version of yourself instead of a second-rate version of somebody else. Judy Garland. I was born a jackdaw. Why should I be an owl? Ogden Nash. What is right for one soul may not be right for another. It may mean having to stand on your own and do something strange in the eyes of others. But do not be daunted. Do whatever it is because you know within it is right for you. Eileen Caddy. Every individual has a place to fill in the world and is important in some respect, whether he chooses to be or not. Nathaniel Hawthorne. If I try to be like him, who will be like me? Jewish proverb. To be nobody but yourself in a world which is doing its best night and day. To make you like everybody else means to fight the hardest battle which any human being can fight and never stop fighting. E. E. Cummings. This, above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow, as night follows day. Thou canst not then be false to any man. William Shakespeare. Don't surrender your individuality, which is your greatest agent of power, to the customs and conventionalities that have got their life from the great mass. Do you want to be a power in the world? Then be yourself. Ralph Waldo Trine. What's man's first duty? The answer's brief. To be himself. Henrik Ibsen. It isn't until you come to a spiritual understanding of who you are, not necessarily a religious feeling, but deep down, the spirit within, that you can begin to take control. Oprah Winfrey. Resolve to be thyself, and know that he who finds himself loses his misery. Matthew Arnold. Being myself includes taking risks with myself, taking risks on new behavior, trying new ways of being myself so that I can see who it is I want to be. Hugh Prather. One has just to be oneself. That's my basic message. The moment you accept yourself as you are, all burdens, all mountainous burdens simply disappear. Then life is a sheer joy, a festival of lights. An Indian spiritual master. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined. An American writer. It seems to me we can never give up longing and wishing for things while we are thoroughly alive. There are certain things we feel to be beautiful and good, and we must hunger after them. George Eliot, Mary Ann Evans. All big men are dreamers. They see things in the soft haze of a spring day or in the red fire of a long winter's evening. Some of us let great dreams die, but others nourish and protect them. Nurse them through bad days till they bring them to the sunshine and light, which comes always to those who sincerely hope that their dreams will come true. Woodrow Wilson. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt. Always live your life with one dream to fulfill. No matter how many of your dreams you have realized in the past, always have a dream to go. Because when you stop dreaming, life becomes a mundane existence. Sarah Henderson. Some men see things as they are and say, "Why?" I dream things that never were and say, "Why not?" George Bernard Shaw. Attitude can shape your life. It is worth 1,000 pounds a year to have the habit of looking on the bright side of things. Samuel Johnson. No pessimist ever discovered the secrets of the stars, or sailed to an uncharted land, or opened a new heaven to the horizon of the spirit. Helen Keller. The mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven. John Milton. The greater part of our happiness or misery depends on our dispositions and not on our circumstances. We carry the seeds of the one or the other about with us in our minds wherever we go. Martha Washington. Make the most of the best and the least of the worst. Robert Louis Stevenson. A positive thinker does not refuse to recognize the negative. He refuses to dwell on it. Positive thinking is a form of thought which habitually looks for the best results from the worst conditions. An American writer and minister. Over the winter glaciers I see the summer glow, and through the wild piled snowdrift the warm rosebuds below. Ralph Waldo Emerson. In the mist of winter I finally learned there was in me an invincible summer. Albert Camus. The greatest revolution of our generation is the discovery that human beings, by changing their inner attitudes of their minds, can change the outer aspects of their lives. William James.